Oh, it's brilliant. So this is Robin. This is a headline in My London. Apparently it's a paper or a website. So the headline is, I've given over 10,000 people the COVID-19 vaccine in the last year. Sometimes I work so fast I jab one person every minute.
Imagine admitting that. Imagine admitting that. I excuse me, at Nuremberg. I didn't do anything. Well, I've got to, I don't know.
I'll
I've
quote
seen
you
the
here.
video.
I'll quote you here.
Yeah.
And then we'll do
I
the
jabbed
math,
one
because you
every
weren't there
minute.
for 6 months. So sometimes you work so fast, Robin, that you jab one person every minute. Yeah. Did you have a harpoon? Were they lining up? Were you running at them? So it was January 2021 and Robin Safar was in an empty office in Canary Wharf wearing a blue plastic PPE gown, nothing else, knob out, 2 face masks
Obviously.
and a face shield. In his hand he held a needle. I love the way they've tried to make it like set the scene with
Yeah,
this.
the dramatic.
This is like, you would get this in the sun, would you?
The clouds rolled over.
It was windy outside and there was a small dog pissing up a tree. We don't see these things often. Inside, Robin Sophia was wearing 2 masks. That's how they should have built it.
Yeah.
The surrounding buildings and other floors of the building he was in were also empty. Why was that? Giving the area a strange ghostly quality. I love the way they've written this like a story.
He sounds like a fucking serial killer.
Well, he
He's
is.
dressed- he's
He
dressed
possibly is. Yeah.
Fair point. There's a weirdo with a needle hiding his identity, about to stab people in an empty tower block. All right, okay. Starring who? Who's going to save the day?
Well, Robin. COVID. Plan to chop bottom of classroom doors off to help ventilation.
I did see that.
Did you see
I
that?
did see that. Scotland's mad, isn't it?
It's like the saloon doors, but you got, just keep the top bit. It's like...
Imagine proposing that though, with thinking, well, not only proposing it, think it's a good idea. You're only meant to chop the bloody doors off, but then if it's me, like, and I'm here, like, what we're going to do? We need to obviously find a way to create more ventilation, and you come in and you go, just chop the doors off.
That's not ventilation. We might as well go outside.
Who invited him? And you carry on thinking of actual legitimate things that you can do, but they've gone. That's fucking brilliant.
It's like when you
Absolutely brilliant.
when you're 8 or 9 and you're just like saying stuff to annoy people for a laugh at the back of the classroom. So kids, how could we get more ventilation in the room? Chop the doors off. Yeah. Oh, she's wrote it down.
Can I make a point though that's just dawned on me? Right. So you've got to sit down, and you can take your mask off at a restaurant, at a pub, at anywhere. Once you sat down, I can take my mask off. Right. When I stand up, I need to put my mask on because it's dangerous. So that would suggest that the particles are in the air. Right. They sit at around 6 foot.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I've never had it.
Yeah, my brother's fucked. So it sits at around 6 foot, right, like that. So I'm okay here. So, but they've not chopped the top of the doors off. They've taken the bottom of the doors off.
So he's just hitting a wall.
So where is it? Because if it's on the floor, then if it's low down, then that doesn't work, does it? Surely then I have to put a mask on when I sit down, and when I stand up, take my mask off, mask back on, and then sit down.
Sound logic.
Are they just worried that if they chop the top of the door off, they'll just be there studying and go, oh, my fucking horse is back.
Yeah, it's hard.
Just popped his head over. Just give it some hay. It'll fuck off. The thing about that whole, masculinity thing, obviously they completely demonized masculinity with that whole toxic masculinity thing that they were pushing. But at the same time, like, it's a masculine trait to say, I'm not having it, get to fuck, right? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that's just men that do that and women sit at home making beans on toast. Women have masculine traits as well, and it's that masculine trait within them which is saying, fucking get out of my house. So by taking that from both sides, you're just creating this docile mentality where you're just terrified of everything. And it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed by rebels, to be honest. Like we're filming right now, obviously today, and I've obviously write an opening monologue, and part of it I'm saying, like, if your reputation before 2020 was that of an anti-establishment rebel, your reputation now is in tatters. You're a fucking fraud, because they're all the same. They're all cowards, all of them. And this whole Spotify thing just is a huge example of that.